Expert knife work at both stations. Okay, so the rules are the same. We'll get going. Our next inductee. Let me get this mic ready. Our next inductee is Jeff Davidson. Jeff Davidson's commitment to teamwork and excellence was shaped by the advice of his father, who said, whatever you do in life, give it 100%, be passionate, and love what you do. In 2004, Jeff was hired to be the head softball coach at Spanish Springs High School. What followed was one of the most successful coaching careers in Nevada high school softball history. In his 20-year tenure at Spanish Springs, Coach Davidson had an extraordinary 563, 136, and 2 career record. Pretty good. Never experienced a losing season, and his Cougar teams captured 11 league championships, 8 regional championships, and 5 state championships. Jeff says his greatest accomplishment is the success of his student athletes, both on and off the field. Please welcome Hall of Famer Jeff Davidson.
Thank you.
Okay, what keeps a coach going for 20 years and having all that success?
Well, it's love for the game, it's passion, and you have to have great student athletes and coaches on your staff to help you be successful.
So what's it feel like to be recognized? I think everybody knew you were, hey, pretty good coach. Now you're officially a Hall of Famer. How does that feel?
It's an honor of a lifetime. I never got into coaching expecting to be sitting here. When I first hired in at Spanish Springs High School, I thought I was only going to be coaching 4 or 5 years, never thought it would be 20.
And wow, Spanish Springs produces some good athletes. Good coaches make good athletes play better, don't they?
Well, it's all about the student athlete, your assistant coaches, working hard, teamwork. That's the most important thing.
Is there one favorite moment that stands out in all those years at Spanish Springs?
Every year was special. And the one thing that stands out is in 2008, there was that senior class. When they graduated, they put their handprints on the dugout wall, and they named it the Cougars Paws of Fame. And every class that came after them wanted to add to their legacy and success, and they put their handprints on the dugout wall. And when I retired a year ago, there were 93 handprints on that wall from graduating seniors.
Wow. And obviously the success is what everybody talks about. Any funny moments that you want to talk about, things that happen? Coaching girls, it's not the easiest, right?
Well, funny moments happen all the time, but when we were playing, we were just trying to compete and play hard every single game.
Please welcome Hall of Famer Jeff Davidson. Congratulations. Our next inductee is Kelly Dick Orlick. Simply put, one of the most accomplished prep athletes in the history of the state of Nevada. This is easily proved when you realize that at Sparks High School, she was a 4-year starter in volleyball, basketball, and softball. 12 sports, 12 varsity letters. As an aside, I first met Kelly when she was like a 7th or 8th grader, and there was a pickup baseball game being played at Dick Taylor Park. And one of my friends said, hey, take her. She's a stud. Well, she kind of proved it. First team all-conference selection in basketball, volleyball, and softball. It's not Kelly's first Hall of Fame. She was inducted into the University of Nevada Hall of Fame for her statistically gaudy softball career, where no stat was safe from her assault. One newspaper described it best when it said that Kelly Orlick's career resembles that of a mountaineer more than a softball player, reaching new peaks, each higher than the last. Please welcome Hall of Famer Kelly Dick Orlick. Okay, kid. You getting used to this Hall of Fame stuff?
No.
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 Tell us, what makes a Hall of Famer? Why are you here tonight?
I think when you're a Hall of Famer or you're awarded any kind of an award, it's technically, I get the glory, I get the recognition, I get to take home the plaque, but it's the people that should actually be up here that had impact on your life. And had I not been blessed with so many people from Sparks High School to Nevada to the other people that were in my life, I would never have been the athlete I am today. It's them that should be actually awarded.
You are a competitive person. And you say your family is very competitive.
Yes, that's good. I don't think we've ever had a catchphrase game end where someone didn't leave mad or crying. If we're playing any kind of a game, a sport, it's you're on your own. It doesn't matter. And it's wonderful because I've got 4 beautiful kids who were athletes that played athletics, and it's made them who they are, just as it has made me.
And any favorite memories from a lot of memories that you created for yourself?
There's so many, and I tell my kids all the time that I don't think I could ever say, wow, there was one game where, I did ABC or we won a championship, or it's the memories that you shared with your teammates and the silly stuff. When we were at UNR, we traveled in vans and all through California, everywhere. And so to pass the time, we would do charades in the night. Now, not safe, no seat belts. One van would pass the other, and the lights would come on, and they would be doing something. We had to guess what it was, whether it be, a sport, or, at the time, the Burt Reynolds was very popular back then, and I don't know if any of you remember him, and the Burt Reynolds pose and all that. We did those kind of things, and so we just alternated back and forth, and it's those things that I remember. It's those things that the time when, we weren't allowed to get, after a game, we played horrible, and we weren't allowed to have dinner. So we all went back to the hotel, and we conspired on how to get food. How are we going to get food? Couldn't leave the room. And so we came up with this plan that our manager was going to be sick because she did the uniforms. 2 of our seniors said, I'll do the uniforms, coach. I'll do them. Took it to the laundromat. They went to the convenience store, got tons of snacks, stuffed it in bags of clean laundry, the uniforms, dropped them off in our rooms. You could hear all over that hotel room how happy we were in those rooms. But those are the things you remember, and that is what I cherish, the people. It's the people I've met, the people that I see, some I haven't seen in 30 years. And it's like they were just here, we talked yesterday. So that's what I appreciated.
Hall of Famer Kelly Dick Orlick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Really nice. Our next Hall of Famer is Dan Gustin. Dan came into this world as the healthy son of a catcher. His mom was the catcher, and his dad was the manager of the team. And his birth announcement in the newspaper said Dan was taking infield practice in the maternity ward. Sports was always in Dan's blood, and so was smooth talking. A career in advertising and a love of sports led to a legendary stint of 33 years as the voice of the Wolfpack, and he's already been inducted into the University of Nevada Hall of Fame. His career path to the NIAA Hall of Fame began with the launch of Friday Night Rivals. It's a broadcast franchise that grew into weekly high school football, basketball, and baseball broadcasts here in Northern Nevada. Dan's love and knowledge of baseball stands out to anyone who knows him. And his best advice, anyone know what this best advice is? Always bunt a strike. And here he is, Hall of Famer Dan Gustin.
Thank you, Chris. You know, typical of a broadcaster, you always carry notes around with you, so I've made some notes, and hopefully that you'll ask me some of those questions as we proceed.
Okay, well, that's good, because I thought you were hijacking the interview.
No.
Okay. So tell us, I mean, a career in sports, but tell us about what prep sports means to you.
You know, that's a great question, because prep sports so much different than the University of Nevada, because in prep sports, it's so genuine, it's so natural, it's giving by the athletes, by the coaches, by the trainers, all the people that make it happen, because it's more than trying to win a scholarship or trying to do something special for your school to earn something monetarily. But it's just high school sports are as pure as they get. And the thing I like about it, working with you and others so many times, that you don't root for a team. You root for the game. You root for the game and the players to deliver a broadcast that people will really enjoy.
Favorite moments on the high school scene. I mean, you've been doing this after the Nevada career. I mean, you immediately jumped into the high school end of things. So, what's your favorite moment?
Oh boy, that's I don't know that I can pick any one, Chris, or favorite moments, because there are so many of the things that you enjoy. I'll tell you the sport that I enjoy broadcasting more than any other sport may come as a surprise to you. I know it came to a surprise to the station that I work for, because they didn't want that many events on contests, but volleyball. I think volleyball is as exciting on television as anything. When you have a Bishop Minogue, Spanish Springs, Reno, those three matched up somehow, two of the three, it doesn't get any better than that.
Time to thank people. You don't get here. Kelly Dick just told us, you don't get here alone. Who do you want to thank?
You know, there are a lot of people to thank that got me here. When you get into broadcasting, and I've had two different careers, with the university you mentioned and with the high school sports, and you don't get here alone, but I'd like to recap just a few people that helped me along the way. The very first one was Dick Trachok, the late Dick Trachok. He signed me. He said, I think you can probably do this broadcast thing. He signed me at the University of Nevada. Chris Ault followed that by another 25 or so year contract, and those guys were really important. When I left the university in 2008, Eddie Bonine said, hey, wait a minute, you're not through, are you? You can't play that much golf because you're not that good. And I said, yeah, you're right. I understand that.
Eddie, always subtle.
Yeah, always subtle, always direct. So he stepped up and helped me an awful lot. And then to get the sports on television, a lady by the name of Amy Chapman started a station called Nevada Sportsnet. And Nevada Sportsnet said, you know, I think you guys will fit here. They're still there. We started back in 2008. And then one other fellow has been really important in my life because he understands about students, and that's Rick Revilio. We started something called the Revilio Way to Go Award, where it's not only a student athlete, but it's a student that stands out in the classroom and also works in the community. And you know, it's tough enough for athletes to compete, but when they do all those three things, and we gave awards for so many years, the Revilio Way to Go Award, and when you see students like that, the question you asked earlier, what's so special about it? You know, I hear people all the time say, well, you know, this generation's no good, this, that, or the other thing. No, you're wrong. They are that good because they participate, they give back, and there's so many of them out there doing that, it's all going to end up well.
Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to go back to your list. Anything I missed?
No, I was talking about some of the student athletes themselves, and there's so many, like, you know, Kelly, who just came up, she was a fabulous athlete. I didn't do any of her games, but I made a very short list of the people that I saw that I thought were just unbelievable. A young lady from Lovelock by the name of Sarita Jo Condi, and if you know that name, she won 3 championships at AA. She went on to Naval Academy. She was the captain of their basketball team. She was just unbelievable. but she was a game changer. That's what made her important, made her good. A couple other people I'd like to mention along that line. Abel Carter, a young man from Carson City, 6 out of 7 boys. He made a difference in a game whenever he played it. The third one I'd mention is Robbie Snelling. We know a lot about him. He's on his way to the major leagues. He's in the major leagues right now on the IR list because he injured his elbow, but he made a difference. He still holds the record for strikeouts in Northern Nevada. And those are people, along with Gabby Williams. I don't want to miss Gabby. Gabby was really, I don't know if I've ever seen a female athlete, basketball player, as good as Gabby Williams.
Congratulations to the man who loves the microphone as much as I do, Hall of Famer Dan Gustin. Our next Hall of Famer is Jennifer Gray Menifee. Jennifer's path to the NIAA Hall of Fame began on a backyard basketball court built by her father, and that fortuitous home improvement project helped lead Carson High School to back-to-back state basketball championships, and it earned Jennifer a scholarship to the University of Kentucky. Jennifer is tall, but she knows how to work hard, and that makes for a great basketball player. Her father taught her how to be a fearsome rebounder with those sharp elbows and a proficient free throw shooter. Mom made sure she attended Carson High School games to prepare her for what lay ahead. At Carson High, Jennifer became a 4-year varsity basketball player under legendary coach Alana Williams. Wave, Alana. Way to go. The team achieved remarkable success, winning 109 games and losing only 7, including undefeated junior and senior years. Hall of Famer for the NIAA, Jennifer Gray Menifee. Well, you got the Carson colors on. That's good.
Oh, well, I wear Carson and Kentucky all
way
the
to
time.
go. You got it all covered, don't you? So tell us about the experience of being a female athlete at that very early time in the development of female athletics on the prep level.
I would like to say I didn't just play basketball. I played volleyball, and I tried softball, and then I did track.
Okay.
So I did all those things in high school. And I think at that time, I was very influenced by the ladies of the 80s, Prim Walters, and I'm losing my mind.
Are you?
Yeah, Jamie Brown and Timmy Brown. Thank you. But I was just so influenced by them, and my mom, who I would like to thank, took me to those games when they were playing in the championships, and it just showed me what I needed to do to get to that level at a young age.
And boy, it was exciting. Girls basketball took off in the 80s. Reno versus Carson versus Reed, and those games were magical. What was it like to play in those?
Okay, so the most important thing is, one of the questions you always ask is, what does this award mean? And the thing about this award is it does make you think back to those days and what was happening. And so you're looking back on my time at Carson High School, and I remember as a freshman and a sophomore playing in those championship games against Ken Fuji and thinking, okay, this is serious, first of all. And when I lost that first game, I didn't understand. I was like, okay, these are going to be battles. And every time that we played Reno, it was a battle. And those are the only games that I lost were my freshman and sophomore year. And then after that, Alana had taught us, you would rather eat dirt and die than lose. And I took that to heart and didn't want to lose any more games. So I felt bad for Ken Fuji because then it was like a battle.
So tell us about Alana Williams and her effect on you.
Okay, I will tell you that Alana Williams is like another parent for me, and I've told her many times, she knows this, don't get all upset, but she knows 100% I would have never made it 4 years at the University of Kentucky had she not been my high school basketball coach, because she taught me integrity and resilience and never to quit. And I remember one time I was at practice and we had to make 4 free throws in a row. And you would think 4 free throws in a row is not hard, but I had a mental block, and I would get to 3 and I'd have to run, and I would get to 3. Well, hours later, I was still the only one there trying to get 4, and I told her I'm going to quit, and she would not let me. But that's the reason that you make it 4 years at the University of Kentucky when you're 3,000 miles away from home and you're playing in the SEC. And then I also had to play golf this Tuesday, and it was 104, and I wanted to quit, and I swear I went back to that moment. I was like, oh my God, I just want to quit. And I kept telling the ladies, 3 more holes, we can make it.
So you're telling me Atlanta's going to haunt you forever?
Oh, yeah, well, kind of.
Okay, any final memories you want to rehash?
Oh, gosh. Oh, I do want to thank my family and my friends for oh my gosh. I love my mom. My dad is not here with us today. And my dad was such a huge influence on me. And he taught me how to rebound and like hold people's shorts down and really get dirty and nasty. My aunt and uncle, Paul and Lori, who I swear are like such a huge influence on my life, because he also taught me honesty and integrity and hard work. And they would house me, it's a little secret, but I would come up and go to Ken Fuji's basketball camp when I was a little kid, and he taught me like how to shoot. The other thing, Alana was just so ahead of her time with the things that she taught us, and I carried that on. I just finished a 31-year career teaching at Carson High School, and she was so ahead of her time, and I have coached volleyball and had a big influence on the girls that I coached. When I came back from Kentucky, I was teaching at Carson High School, and I started coaching volleyball at Douglas, and we won. I gave them 3 years, and we won state that 3rd year. And the things that I learned from Atlanta coaching went with me there too when I was coaching. I want to thank my mom, my dad, Paul and Lori, my kids, Jaden and Shay. Amazing. They both played at Carson High School and were athletes and played in college, and survived having me as their mom. Just being very intense. I'm an intense kind of sports parent, and I love those days. And now Jaden coaches, and I'm just so proud of my kids.
Please congratulate NIAA Hall of Famer Jennifer Gray Menifee. You were awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Good job. Our next Hall of Famer is former Executive Director of the NIAA, Donnie Nelson, who served for 26 years, starting out as a postseason events coordinator and ending his service as Executive Director. Donnie came to the University of Nevada to run track, cross country after growing up as a gym rat in the shadow of his coach and father in Pleasanton, California. The NIAA came calling in 1998. For the rest of his career, Donnie's skill and enthusiasm made the NIAA a better place for the schools, the student athletes, and the 3 executive directors, Jerry Hughes, Eddie Bonine, and Bart Thompson, that Donnie served. Donnie describes the NIAA not as a job, but rather as a lifestyle. Let's welcome Hall of Famer Donnie Nelson.
So, Chris, before you get to your first question, you're in my seat.
I'm in your seat.
Yeah. so in 2 years from now, when we go back to, taking over the MC job, we're either going to do it together or we're going to switch seats. Or we're going to figure out how that's going to work. So,
okay.
Yeah, this is just temporary. Don't get too comfortable.
Okay, well, I won't get used to it.
Okay, thank you. We'll do it together.
So tell us about the feelings you have right now. I mean, it seems like you still look like a guy who gets ID'd if he ever went and bought a beer, which I doubt you did. But how does it feel?
So this is odd. This Hall of Fame banquet, one of my 3 very favorite things to do in my career, along with the top 10 Student Athletes Award ceremony and the state basketball tournament, putting all that together. And we used to do the board meeting together, right? Dr. Hughes will know this, this banquet, and then have basketball as well. But really, I think for all of our inductees, this is a celebration from us to all of our family, our friends, our colleagues. You think about what, the people in here, this is a reunion, this event. We have how many current Hall of Fame inductees we have, how many future Hall of Fame inductees are also sitting out there, we're going to name them soon. This is really special. And I know you want to give me just a quick minute to say thank you, first of all, to Tim Jackson.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a lot going on in the NIAA right now, but he's keeping the association moving forward. So, Tim, keep it going forward. You're doing wonderful. Tia, one of my 2 great hires that I got to do, right? She's the coordinator of all this, and she keeps the NIAA grounded right now in the office. Bart Davis, I know he's watching online either by a Zoo or back home with his family in Ohio. The second great hire that I was able to do. And then we keep going with Kate. I know Kate's watching at home right now with second child on the way. So the NIAA is in good spots right now. Sean Fitzsimon's a new hire. Ellen Townsend, who's been with Jay and I and Paul, forever and ever as a commissioner. But really, again, I go back to that family and friends and colleagues thing, right? From everything from the officials, the coaches, the athletic secretaries and directors and administrators, principals, and even to superintendents. This is a celebration for all those people because you put things aside and you can disagree on how you create policies or create events and league alignments and realign, all that kind of stuff. But you always do everything for the student athletes. That's what it's all based for. And this is an amazing state because we all know each other. We're still, to that degree, still small. And so just, I've got a family table, I've got a friends table. All of them mean so much to me. So this is my way, and I know Jay said earlier, to celebrate everybody else that's out here because we all did it together. We all deserve a spot here at this seat.
Is there one favorite moment you had that you say, that's the reason why I loved my career?
So there were, sorry, you got 2 journalists here, so we get talking, and I'll try not to be too belabored. So three categories, right? There's things you accomplished. There's the venues that we try to get for our student athletes, provide a first-class facility in all the different sports, and then there's the meetings. So start with the accomplishments. Right? When we put together the Nevada State Record Book, doing the microfilm and microfiche back in the days of looking at the Reno Gazette-Journal and the Las Vegas Review-Journal and the Elko Daily Free Press and getting in their offices, that was one thing. Mr. Thompson kind of got us into it. He helped me get us out of it. That was COVID. Every other week, right, in a return to play policy. That's just on our minds front and center, and it'll never change. Venues, everything from cross country and my friends, we set up a park, Rancho Santa Fe Park or even Las Vegas, Veterans Memorial Park. And then tennis, getting the Darling Center for the first time. And then we go to football when we used to be at Sam Boyd Stadium for all the games. And then we got to Mackey Stadium. And then we got into Allegiant Stadium towards the end of my career when a couple of us went, you literally yelled at one of the Raiders representatives that you're sending cheerleaders to promote the Raiders as you're coming into town at all of our playoff games, but you're not giving anything back to us. So darn it, give us a stadium. And sure enough, lo and behold, they did. And now they're hosting flag football there, too, which is a great credit to the staff for doing that. Baseball and softball at the university venues and both AAA venues. So that's what we did for student athletes. But then on the last category, the meetings, my wife might disagree with me a little bit, but I really loved meetings. I loved our preseason flag administrator meetings, our preseason coaches sport rules clinics, our commissioners meeting. Jay put together. I actually liked board meetings because you had a bunch of people together and you were working for a common goal. So anyway, just a lot of things that I really, even today, I actually miss.
The guys in the white suits are lining up to find our new Hall of Famer, Donnie Nelson.
Thank you for you. Thank you.
Watch out, Donnie, they're coming. Our next Hall of Famer is Ray Parks, known to one and all. Ray is known to one and all as Mr. 3A for his tireless devotion to one of Nevada's most interesting prep leagues. Ray Park's deep understanding of the needs of rural schools made him a perfect champion of those schools' needs. As a coach, athletic administrator, later principal of Lowry High School, everything Ray touched seemed to just get better. Under his leadership, Lowry's graduation rate rose from 63% to the outstanding percentage of 97.4. Ray's advocacy of the 3A League and his fundamental understanding that prep activities are more than just games. They are community events that make memories that last a lifetime have led to his induction tonight. So please welcome Hall of Famer Ray Parks. So you said to me earlier tonight you're kind of surprised that anybody would choose you for this Hall of Fame. Now, tell us that story.
Well, I'm the exact opposite of Donnie. I hated those meetings, hated every one of them. And I was ornery, and people that know me, I get haywire. But I just staunch supporter of the rural kids. You know, I started McDermott. I was a principal of all the rural schools, Orvada, Kings River. I just wanted our kids to have the same exact opportunities as everybody else. And for some reason, they made me the honcho of the 3A League for 11 years, so they put up with me. So I'm honored that they respected what I did, and sometimes I got very ornery, to tell you the truth.
Well, you want to describe one of your more ornery moments?
Well, they're making fun of me tonight where he's telling me, "Are you calling me a liar, Donnie Nelson?" That was an open meeting.
Okay, so tell us how unique these rural leagues are. A lot of people don't understand that below that 5A level, how unique the rural leagues are. Tell us about it.
Well, you mentioned that it's a community event. So, I mean, we were so close-knit, the 3A guys. I mean, I could call, I'm a big loyalty guy. And these guys are so loyal. I think I have 8 tables full of people that have helped me forever, and you could just count on them. And when things are shut down, so when we're moving all that, you know, realignment and all that, it was kind of messing our stuff up. And I was trying to make them understand that when there's a Friday night football game in Elko, Nevada is at that football game, and it means the world to us. And we fought forever. We kept it for a long time, and I think we did a good job.
So any favorite memories that have helped you get to this point? People you want to thank?
Oh, I definitely want to thank my family and all the friends that are here. You know, we had just a great crew there that I had 2 vice principals, Dustin Christine, Tim Connors, they're here tonight. And then the greatest hire, I always say, is Don Walton, my athletic director. And, you know, these sports make lifelong family, lifelong friends. And I have kids here. Well, they're not kids anymore. They're both, you know, one's my replacement. Sean Taylor's replacement at Lowry. They played football for me. T-Dub's here. I mean, these are lifetime friends, and I'm just so proud to have them.
Well, congratulations, Hall of Famer Ray Parks. Prim Walters enters the NIAA Hall of Fame with permanent scars on her knees and elbows from a childhood where she proved to everyone that she belonged on the athletic fields. The early inner fire and admonition that crying was not allowed drove her competitive edge. If she cried, she didn't get to play. Carson High School became the stage for her legendary 3-sport career in volleyball, basketball, and softball. Under the demanding coaching of Alana Williams, Prim helped lead the Senator basketball team to 3 consecutive state championships, 1983, 84, and 85. She learned the power of teamwork and developed one of life's greatest skills, getting back up after being knocked down. Please welcome Hall of Famer Prim Walters.
Thank you. Ironically, I cry all the time now.
Oh, good. You know,
So if I start crying up here,
that's okay. You, boy, were you a competitor?
I might have been.
Might have been, yeah. Tell us about.
Actually, it ain't over.
Hey, what was it like? You're kind of a pioneer of a female athlete. I mean, it was Title IX was probably 10 years old at the most when you put on the uniform. What was it like to suddenly make girls' sports matter?
Well, I think there was a lot of women that came before me. You know, a lot of women were in sports, but when you grow up with brothers who don't allow you to cry and you just keep going, it makes you tough. And I just never looked at myself as a pioneer. I just looked at someone who's carrying the torch.
Okay, and you just like Jennifer, you got the colors on. Proud
we
senator.
are Carson,
You gonna
mighty,
sing?
mighty Carson.
Okay, karaoke time is
Wherever
after.
we go.
People want to know.
You know, I sing this because my friends from Reno High and Reed High make fun of me
Oh,
to
well,
this day.
do they?
So I sing to them.
Well, wait a minute. They make fun of you and you won state championships 3 in a row?
That's why they make fun of you.
Okay.
Because they can't beat us, so they might as well make fun of us.
Tell us
There's no
about
Reno High Reed people here.
Sean Bosky's here.
John, sorry.
Tell us about just what it meant to you to be an athlete at Carson High.
A privilege because I was surrounded by greatness. There were some amazing players that played for Carson. You know, long before our 80s ladies, you know, there were some great athletes, but, you know, playing for that woman, that's priceless. Here I go, crying.
That's okay. Tell us
It's
about.
just, it's an honor, and I don't think you realize how amazing it is until now. You know, it's just such an honor.
So
I promised myself I wasn't going to cry. There's no crying. Okay, I'm all
isn't
right.
it?
I'm all right.
Let's check your knees and elbows. They still have those scars or what?
Yeah, just an honor to play for Carson High because it was truly amazing. And, you know, when we won state the first time, Reno High was the undefeated team, and everyone across the country was talking about Reno High. And then when they lost in the, you know, just before the championship, I was just like, oh my God, we might be able to win now. So it just, amazing times, lots of fun, and you don't realize how cool it is until it's long gone.
And it obviously had an effect on your choice of a career.
Absolutely, it did. You know, when you talk about how that formed me, and what this woman over here, Lana Williams, taught me, and Coach McKenzie, you're out here too. Thank you for being here for me. There's so many coaches. It drives who you are as a person, and it drove me to be a coach and a teacher and a principal. And I never stopped forgetting what I learned on the court and on the field when you're leading a school and you're taking care of kids and you're their principal, and you remember that we're a team and we're all in this together and we're going to go ups and downs, but we could never quit, right, Jennifer Gray? We could never quit. And I think as a principal and a teacher, you have to never quit. We can never quit on kids, and that's what I learned.
Here's your chance to shed another tear. Who do you want to thank?
And I will. First of all, Mom and Dad. Dad was, he pushed me to no end. I was never good enough until after I walked off the court. Then he told everyone I was the best. It was kind of cool for everybody else but me. But, and then there's Mom, who just loved me unconditionally, right? So without those two, I'm not here. But let's talk about surrounded by greatness, right? I couldn't have been anything. I couldn't have won a state championship without my teammates, without that coach, without my friends, my best friend, right? So I'm so grateful for all the mentors in my life that made me who I am today. And I am so grateful that I could take what I learned and raise some kids. They're pretty decent. They're pretty cute and they're pretty decent kids over here. And I think it's made me who I am today, and I just also want to thank all of my family and my friends for being here. It's not easy being friends and family of the Prim Walters.
I know when I was doing TV, you always got a lot of TV time just because the name was cool. And there's Prim Walters.
Well, do you want me to tell you the story about the Prim Walters?
Well, yeah, I need it now.
Okay. Sorry, you guys. We're just going to go on here for days.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Yes, I appreciate you being here through my whole career, by the way. We're just sitting in Gardnerville and at a restaurant, and the waitress comes up and had a whole bunch of my friends there, and she turns to one of my friends and she goes, "Is that the Prim Walters?" And of course, I let everybody know, of course it is. And so now that's what I go by.
Well, then I got the script wrong. Please welcome Hall of Famer, the Prim Walters.
Thank you.
I love you, Prim. Way to go. She always ended up on the highlights, too. Trust me. What was the number, 23? 11. Okay, sorry. Maybe I read the script wrong. Our next Hall of Famer is Band-Aid Billy Webb. He earned the nickname of Band-Aid when an Elko basketball radio announcer introduced the officiating crew of the game as Hot Dog Steve Jones and Band-Aid Billy Webb. In a life and career that has featured helicopter duty in Vietnam and a career as the Elko County coroner, Billy Webb found that the pressure of officiating was actually a form of stress relief. I can relate. In 1973, Elko legend Dick Harris talked Billy into trying officiating football. And before you know it, basketball, softball, and baseball filled up the dance card. Basketball brought the greatest joy, and Band-Aid Billy was selected multiple times for postseason assignments. Billy cherished the human side of officiating and appreciated the shared love of the game amongst athletes, fellow officials, fans, and administrators. Please welcome Hall of Famer Billy Webb.
Thank you. I just need to take a minute here. I have to check and see if he's really working.
Billy's not shy around a microphone. He's an accomplished singer also. But we're not asking you to sing tonight yet.
Oh.
Tell us about your career.
It's been amazing. It really has.
And it's been a long one.
And it's been fun and somewhat entertaining, and met just tons and super people all the way along the way. All the coaches, all the kids with it, they just made it.
And you, what a unique career. I mean, the county coroner, running, organizing ambulance services. What did high school sports mean to you at the end of the day?
I can tell you what. I went out for football. If anyone here knows Jerry Hassett, he's a pretty large coach, along with Matt Trontel. We had a one-on-one tackle Jerry Hassett. And I latched on to a right leg at the 1 yard line, the football field, and I was still on the one leg on the 1 yard line at the other end. If you've ever seen a dog being kicked in the air, that's what it was. And when we got all done, well, Jerry Hassett and Matt Trontel said, "Webb, this is not your forte. You do not want to be in football." I says, "Sounds good to me."
And then you fast forward, were you surprised when you got this phone call?
I was absolutely surprised with it, because I saw the Vegas number come up, but then I saw the NIAA number come up, and I thought, who in the world is calling me from Vegas, from the NIAA office? I says, "I don't do any games in Vegas." So I was really kind of amazed when I was told that I was going to go into the Hall of Fame. I thought, that is just flat amazing. And in fact, when I hung the phone up, I says, yeah, maybe.
That's cool. So you tell us about some people you want to thank. You had some Hall of Fame mentors in Elko.
Well, Dick Harris, who started me, Rich Barrows, Steve Jones, all of these guys, and then along come Travis, and I met Travis, and he called back in his home state, and I kind of coerced him to come and join us, that we needed more, and those people actually spurred more of the officiating part as it went away, and I just enjoyed doing it. I did not mind talking to a player, even though we weren't supposed to do it. I didn't mind stopping a young lady and tell her not to wear that band on her wrist before she came to play. That wasn't a good idea. I didn't mind stopping a player and say, if you're going to set a screen, you better give him some distance. My job as an official was to follow the rules and put it together, but I thought my job also was to help the players do it better so that they can continue with the game.
Okay, you're also a Hall of Fame singer. Do you want a few bars of a favorite song? Not the whole song. A few bars of your favorite song to show them that you're a Hall of Fame karaoke guy?
I like New York in June. How about you?
There you go. Hall of Famer, Band-Aid Billy Webb.
Thank you all, and have a great night.
Wonderful. Thank you. Once again, let's review our Hall of Fame class for 2026. Paul Anderson, Jay Biesemeyer, Sean Bosky, Jeff Davidson, Kelly Dick Orlick, Dan Guston, Jennifer Gray Menifee, Donnie Nelson, Ray Parks, Prim Walters, and Band-Aid Billy Webb.
So before we end the evening, I want to say something I should have said at the very beginning. The people in this room know what I'm going to say is true. The people in this room know that we are the #1 dropout prevention program in the country. Our kids graduate. Our kids go on to have productive careers because we teach them how to get knocked down, get back up, work with the person they cannot stand that is next to them wearing the exact same uniform, bleed for what they believe in, fight for what they honor, and remember that it's bigger than them. We are not a college machine. We are not a college preparatory program. We are a co-curricular, education-based, success-oriented organization. And you all exemplify every aspect of that. I forget sometimes how important this job is across the board for every one of us in this room. So on behalf of the staff of the NIAA and the 40,000 student athletes that are not going pro in anything but life, thank you. Oh, sorry. And now Tia will tell you what we're going to do.
I'm just here to be bossy, let's be realistic. So I am going to have a little what we call graduation procession for our lovely people. Inductees, do we remember what we talked about before the ceremony spoke? You guys got here 30 minutes early. May I have our inductees in alphabetical order? Please go line up right over here with the exception of the lovely Mr. Guston, who is going to enter the stage, receive his award. I am going to be calling up my 2 former executive directors to present these awards. Once you have made it back down safely from your ramp of doom, you are going to join my current executive director, Mr. Jackson, for your glamour shot. After your glamour shots, you guys will sit back down because I have breaking news and a surprise for you, but I will not be able to touch the microphone again after this part, okay? Not yet, because my friend Dan needs to go first. If I could get my 2 executive directors that I had mentioned up onto the stage. In the meantime, I would like to thank my lovely host for the evening, Mr. Chris Healy, who I'm going to invite to exit down this way in a moment. Donnie's got some competition now. If you guys would like to figure out the quickest route on there. Oh, I won't be. No one's released inductee-wise until I said so. We have some photos. Okay, so I need you guys up here because you're going to hand them the trophy. So if you could get onto the stage. There we go. Oh, I get 3 of you. Okay. Can I have one of you guys down here? And again, one more big round of applause for Dan Gustin. Our next inductee, my friend, Paul Anderson, Esquire. You guys. Paul Anderson. And next we have Jay Biesmeyer. Jay Biesmeyer, ladies and gentlemen. Next we have Sean Boski. One more time, Mr. Boski. And I don't know, man. I don't want to let this guy go. We've just, had so many years. This is Jeff Davidson. I love you too. One more round for Davidson. Next up, you may or may not know him, Mr. Donnie Nelson. I'm hitting my wall. Executive directors, you will not be going anywhere. We'll get your Mount Rushmore later. Donnie Nelson, everybody. Wait, you're next, son. Wait, are we out of?
She's a legend. I'm just a peon.
I mean, we do have a lot of legends up here. I have the funnest time just saying your name because there's so many things to say. Can you just announce yourself here because it's the Grey Menifee? No. Is it? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Do you see I tried to buy myself extra time because I'm getting tired? That was organic. I messed up, Kelly. But I heard she's a big deal before we even announced her name. My dad actually recognized you. She's a stud. If we could just welcome up the stud.
That works.
Kelly Dick Orlick. One more time for my friend, the stud, Kelly Dick Orlick.
We need to talk to Ray Parks here. You calling me a liar, Rollins? Ray Parks from gosh darn Winnemucca.
Ray Parks. Thank you. Both of you had two last names. I actually have three. Don't. Thank you, Mr. Parks. All right, one more time. So everyone that's a female here has 3 to 4 names, and this has been my favorite part. So you want to add the 4th name for me?
Yeah, Frazier.
Frazier.
Jennifer Gray Menifee Frazier.
Thank God, Jennifer Gray Menifee Frazier. I knew this was going to happen. Thank you for not. Menifee Gray, ladies and gentlemen. One more round of applause down there. So she tried to say I could just call her just Prim, but I was corrected way before this. So this is the Prim Walters. Are you good on this side, you? Which nickname am I supposed to use? Walters, everybody. And last but certainly not least, especially because he's a W, we've got William Billy Band-Aid Webb. One more time for the Band-Aid Man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing something a little bit different, but once I'm off the microphone, 1, you're welcome. 2, we will not be using it again, so I just want to give you the lay of the land. They just took their glamour shots with my current executive director. All executive directors, including inductees, are going to go meet in this corner here for their Mount Rushmore, and you are actually going to pose as Mount Rushmore for one of them. Yes, you, Donnie. And then the rest of you are going to take your seats. We are asking you guys kind of hang out. We actually have a special message from some folks that are missing from today. I'm sure a lot of you noticed there are some seats empty. We happen to get in touch with them. That's crazy. So give us a second to switch over technology. Thank you guys so much for all of your help. Banners go home with you. Make sure your inductees don't forget their inductee bag. Thank you for all your help tonight, okay?
Congratulations, Grandpa.
Congratulations, Papa. We love you. We miss you. Mwah.
Hey, Prim, it's Morph. I just wanted to say again, congratulations on being inducted into the NIAA Hall of Fame. This is awesome. I know you had a lot of great teammates throughout the years, but I just want you to know I think that it's also your hard work and your perseverance and your talent that made you so amazing. So I wish I was there to celebrate with you guys, but I hope you have a great time tonight. All right.
Congratulations, Prim. So proud of you. We really wish we could be there to celebrate with you.
We're not surprised at all that they're finally recognizing you for all your hard work. NIAA's got nothing on PW. Way to go, Prim Walters. Woo! Good job, girl.
Congratulations, No. We're so proud of you. We hope you have a wonderful dinner. We're going to miss being there, but we hope you have a wonderful time. Congratulations.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Hey, Dad. We're very proud of you and so thankful for all the work you've done throughout the years. We wish we could be there, but I hope it's a great night. And I'm just incredibly proud of all the work you did your whole life, and you always had time to, coach all our games, and it was a great time, and we love you lots.
Say congratulations, No.
Congratulations, No.
Say we love you.
Love you.
Oh.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, Dad.
We wish we could be giving you really big hugs right now, but we can't because we're in Kyrgyzstan.
Yes, we are. We would have loved to attend the event in person, but alas, no direct flights to Reno from here. So instead, we are attending remotely, very remotely, as you can see. We all send our heartfelt congratulations for you earning this award. You certainly have earned it after all the years of running up and down the courts and crouching behind the strike zone. I remember basically growing up in and around Nevada high school sports, either making signs or selling tickets or even handing out awards.
Oh, and we did that too. It was a lot of fun.
And I'm certainly child labor laws don't apply when it's your own kids or grandkids, right?
Aww.
In all seriousness, we are very proud of you. Nevada athletics have certainly benefited from all of your hard work through the past several decades. So we will celebrate in person when we get back next month. We love you. See you soon.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Dad, and hello, everyone. I'm sorry I can't be there in person tonight. Sadly, I've been deployed in support of Operation Epic Fury, which ironically is the same label that my dad used on his email inbox full of parent complaints submitted to the NIAA. You know, after 3 decades of working for the NIAA, my dad was never much one of for the spotlight, but he always had this quiet competence to do so much to keep it running, whether that be the budget or managing officials and sponsorships or taking the phone calls from coaches and high school parents. He's always done so much to keep everything going. And I have a bunch of childhood memories of either going to the fields and watching him umpire or him taking me to the office where I watched him go through shoe boxes full of receipts trying to madly balance the budget. He's had such a huge impact on so many Nevadans over the years, all the way back to when he was an umpire and a referee himself. In fact, I kind of thought it would be appropriate tonight to read some of the reviews that I was able to dig up about his earlier days. This one reviewer writes pretty eloquently, "Jay must sleep hanging upside down because he is as blind as a bat, and that was a night game." Another writes, "Jay wouldn't know a strike even if he bowled a perfect 300. I could go on, and I love these so much, but jokes aside, anybody who has been involved in high school athletics knows that it's going to take a lot of kindness, patience, and hopefully a good sense of humor, all of which my dad has in abundance. I'm so sorry I can't be there to celebrate it in person, but you earned it, Dad, and congratulations for being inducted in this year's Hall of Fame. I'll be home soon. Love ya."
Hi, Jay.
Hi.
Hi, Pops. You deserve nothing more than to be celebrated tonight, and we are so sorry we can't be there. Nevada athletics is better because of you and all your hard work and dedication over the last few decades. Most people couldn't survive a day in the job that is high school sports, and you did it with all the optimism and humor. I can still remember thinking how rich I was as a kid when you paid me 25 cents a school to fill rulebook orders. Joke's on me, but I will forever cherish the memories with you at the office, selling tickets at multiple events, and just being part of the journey over the years. We love you.
Way to go. Congratulations. I know this means a lot to you, and you are so deserving. We are all so proud of you and the hard work and time you've dedicated to the NIAA. Not sure how they're surviving without you.
Everyone in that room is grateful for your impact and will always cherish everything about you.
What do you want to tell Papa?
Hi, Papa. Trophies, trophies, trophies. Good job, good job, good job.
And?
Oh, please love you.